The Fed just cut rates by a quarter point, and crypto is already surging. At the same time, the SEC quietly rewrote the rules to unleash brand new spot crypto ETFs. But is this mass adoption, or the first step in Washington and Wall Street taking control?
And I want to focus on crypto ETFs because the SEC approved proposals from major exchanges to change its listing standards for exchange-traded products. SEC Commissioner Hester Peirce said that the new process would reduce the time and resources required to bring new ETPs to market. Explain what this rules change means for spot crypto ETFs like the XRP and Dogecoin funds that came to market today.
Yeah, so straightforwardly, all exchange-traded funds have to go through this kind of rulemaking process where they have to apply for permission because there is no legislatively clear path for an exchange-traded fund to come out to market the way that you might see like a normal company go through an IPO process. And so they all go through this kind of application process. And what we've seen through crypto really over the last decade was this long drawn-out process of applying for the ETF, and I'm talking about the Bitcoin ETF here. You apply for the ETF, and then there's some rationale or reason that was given for the denial. And each time we went through this application process, we would see a different reason for that. And the industry was slowly curing all these difficulties and whatnot up until, of course, we had the Bitcoin ETFs launch early last year. And so what happened now with this new ETF rule process, if you will, is just full clarity for the industry. That is, if you want to launch an exchange-traded fund on these commodities, what are the requirements or prerequisites, whether it's an active futures trading market where contracts exist on CME, for example, for some of these commodities, and whether that basically gives permission for new vehicles to come out without this long, drawn-out kind of discovery process of guessing and checking whether these products can come to life.
Here's the scoop. When the Fed lowers rates, borrowing gets cheaper, fueling riskier investments like Bitcoin. And with the SEC's new rule, ETFs, baskets of crypto you can trade like stocks, just became safer and easier for everyday investors. Put those two together, cheaper money plus easier access, and you've got a perfect storm that could send demand and prices skyrocketing. But here's the real question. Is this the beginning of crypto's golden era or the end of its freedom? Enjoying this? Tap like and subscribe so you catch the next crypto move before anyone else.